What's going on, Buffs Nation? I hope you're all having a wonderful start to your week. I'm recording this late Sunday night. I'll probably post Monday morning. And as much as I love talking about how the Big 12 is better equipped than any other college football conference to deal with an alien invasion, link in the description, I'm excited to be talking about Buffs football yet again. Now, I've already had two additions to my Guys series, which is about 5 guys on the team that I'm talking about are a little underrated, and for that reason, like, they're my guys, like my guys that I'm rooting for extra hard. So we have Carter Stoutmeyer so far, true freshman cornerback rather, and defensive lineman transfer from Florida State, box office, Bishop Thomas. Now, who am I adding as my third one? Well, you've probably seen that from the thumbnail. It is none other than our biggest red zone threat. He stands at 6'4", 230 pounds. He has that NFL X type of body. It's none other than FCS transfer from Northwestern State, Javon Antonio. You know, for a while there, I was a little worried. Our wide receiver room was looking maybe a little small, and wondering, especially after Traore transferred after the spring game, who is going to be that red zone threat? Well, man, we bring in a guy that not only does he have 6'4" size, but he's also a former basketball player, and he can leap, and he's got big hands to catch those passes that might be out of reach for most people. He can bring him down. That's Javon Antonio. He's a perfect fit for this offense. And I want to know in the comments, as we start watching the film, who he reminds you of. Who do you think he profiles as? I've included some of the footage that I did in my video of him a couple months ago, but the channel's grown, and we also need to remind ourselves what this guy looked like on the field last fall, and that's nothing short of a beast. But as we get started, as we dive in, you'll hear who I think Javon Antonio reminds me of, but I definitely want to know what you guys think. So let's dive into this. Hit a like, and as always, let me know what you think. Let's get into the film. I mean, are you really going to have any success trying to press this man? 6'4", 230, and he's got speed to get over the top. Are you kidding me? He is going to be a bad man with Shedeur here at quarterback. And that's what I'm excited to see. Again, this isn't full speed, but you can kind of see the potential he has as a wide receiver to get massive amounts of yak. Now, if you've never seen Javon Antonio, just enjoy these highlights of him mossing guys. He was a big-time basketball player in high school as well. And, I mean, you can see, not only does he have that 6'4" frame with that size, but he's got big-time hops too. You know who he reminds me of as a lifelong Denver Broncos fan? Brandon Marshall. He was a guy that could catch the ball anywhere, was a yak monster, and he wasn't scared of anybody. I mean, look at that. Look at that little slant around 3 DBs. You don't think Shedeur is going to have that every single time? This guy was made to play with Shedeur because, I mean, look, when you get the ball in his hands, look at that acceleration and then his ability to run through contact. He's the biggest red zone threat we have on the team, and I mean, good luck. Good luck covering all those guys effectively with Xavier Weaver, Jimmy Horn, Travis Hunter out there too. But in the FCS at Northwestern State last year, second team all-conference wide receiver. He had 6 touchdowns, 64 receptions, and over 600 yards. I mean, when you're averaging like 10-plus yards a catch, that's big time. And man, he's got a nice fluidity to his game. And this is a great showcase here of his yak ability, catching that, and then look at the acceleration to turn upfield. These guys don't have a chance against Javon Antonio. And then look at this block here. I mean, just levels this guy in order to make this touchdown run look easy. And how can you not imagine the potential with an accurate quarterback like Shedeur for him to just eat? And there are only a few defenses in the Pac-12 that are equipped to deal with a wide receiver like this, and it sucks we pretty much play all of them this year. But I mean, look at that stiff arm in order to create separation right there. This shows great concentration, catching this ball off the tip. And then look at this adjusting on this out route. Make sure he brings the catch down and doesn't get tackled, gets out of bounds. But man, he's a guy that you can just throw it up to. Look, runs through a defender and almost gets the touchdown right there. Just beautiful stuff. Oh, you need him to set the edge? No problem. He's going to feast in the run blocking game too here in this Sean Lewis offense. But he's a guy, man, you can hit him on an open post like that. He's going to be gone most of the time, especially with that speed. Again, look at little crosser, and he's just running through everybody. I mean, doesn't his game just scream NFL? He's going to be a guy that you can throw it in a spot where nobody else can get it, but he can jump up and grab it not only with two hands but with one, and then you know he's going to take more than one defensive back to bring him down. I mean, look at that. Look at that. He ran another 10 yards before he got brought down, and you don't think Sean Lewis is gonna run some screens for this man? I mean, like I said, he rarely goes down on first contact, and if he does, I mean, he's catching a hard ball right there, not afraid to get hit. I mean, if Shador is throwing over 30 touchdowns, I mean, you gotta imagine Javon Antonio is gonna be getting 5 or 6 of those at least as well. So, man, I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Again, we've been able to see him play a little bit more in practice with the well-off footage, but Javon Antonio, he's got star potential. Happy to add him to the David Talks Buffs, my guys, joining Carter Stoutmeyer and Bishop Thomas. So thanks again for tuning in, y'all. And as always, Sco Buffs.